Hey guys, what's going on? Back in another edition of Nani episode we discuss anime that we're currently watching. And this is like a redo. And the reason why I say redo is because I did record this before, but apparently the sound was... What's weird about my computer is that I have to set up to the mic for input for this because for whatever reason it might set up as my Elgato as its input, and that's not what I want. And so I did change that, but apparently I have that options, that window still open while I was recording on here, so that's why, you know, the audio did not go through the input. The audio did not go through my microphone right there, so I pretty much have to like redo this video again. Not in the sense of like I'm talking about Frieren episode 3, was it, or 2? But regardless, I'm redoing episode 3, I believe it was. Hero of the South. Was Hero of the South the no, episode 2. This is episode 2. Yeah, because like I said, it was recorded, but no sound was on, so I have to kind of redo this one. So it's gonna be two videos with the 2 episodes of 2 and 3. So I'm gonna try to like, you know, skim past episode 2. So basically, our heroes are still going on their adventure, and they come across this town to honor another hero. They pretty much have like, you know, cleaning a quest, right? And so they thought it was gonna be another Himmel statue. No, it was not. It was, you know, the hero of the South. And so Frieren was basically saying that there have been other heroes, like, you know, as Himmel, but the hero of the South, he was definitely as strong as the other heroes out there. So, you know, he does deserve his credit. You know, he was fighting, you know, the 7 Sages of Destruction. He actually believed he defeated 3 of them. And some people are still thinking that, you know, he is still alive right now because we haven't seen a dead body. You know, and that's how my thing is too. Like normally when I don't see a dead body, I assume that they're still alive. That's really more for like, you know, in the Power Universe and whatnot. But like in this type of anime, you know, I would assume that, you know, he was dead. But you know, event people love him. You know, they dedicated plays to him and everything. And so this guy actually met Frieren, and he, you know, asked for, you know, to join him on his adventure. He's like, I knew you would say it. It's like, well, you did the future. And yeah, that's basically his power. My power is, you know, I can see into the future. And to me, right, seeing into the future, I thought that was cool. I thought we all thought seeing into the future was cool as a kid. But as you got older, it kind of sucks. And I kind of learned it from an early age when this is an old old cartoon, but it was an old morning show. R.L. Stein, the Nightmare Room. When Drake is in it, you know, he had a diary that says, I know the future, and this is, dear diary, I blah blah blah, dear diary, I'm dead. Basically, you know, on this forever time cycle of like, you know, him dying. But it wasn't just that. The biggest reason why I feel as though knowing the future kind of sucks is actually watching Cyborg 009. I forgot which Cyborg it was, but like she was able to see events before it happens, and so it's like I hate that. Like it's almost like you know when you're gonna die essentially, right? So like knowing the future honestly kind of sucks. And that's a terrible power. Even though for the Sierra of the South, he knew when he was gonna die. He was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna be defeated by one of the 7 sages," and you know it disappoints me that you know I have to die. I have to die, and not you know not being able to succeed my mission. But in the future, a hero will come up to you. You will join this adventure, and you will have a big impact on your life. And Frieren gave the message because the hero of the South said, please give this message to basically Himmel, saying, I will clear a path for you. And you know that definitely hit Himmel. It was like, damn, man, this guy, you know, pretty much like, you know, led the path for me. He paved his way for me. And so it's like I'm happy about it, but it's like damn, you know, I wish I had met this hero. So. And it's one thing that Frieren does so well. Is like, it really makes you miss characters. And we just met this guy for 1 episode. The heroes have met this guy for 1 episode, and we're already, you know, we're like, well, I can't speak earlier, but for me, it's like, damn, bro, I wish this guy was still alive. So I wish him I was still alive. I wish Hyder was still alive. You know, it's like, damn, why do y'all have to die so early, man? Y'all are hurting my heart right now. You know what I'm saying? So. Yeah, man, it sucked that, you know, the guy is, you know, not around. I mean, he's most likely dead. But if we're able to see him again, you know, that'd be dope. But I highly doubt that. And so, second part of the episode, you know, Frieren takes on this quest from this family that she knew, that that she knew from her past quest with her other friends, and their apparently their dad's sword was stolen. It's pretty much a sword that it's a demon sword that attracts demons. And before you look like Frieren didn't want to do the quest, which she kind of doesn't, but she says she doesn't do this quest. It's basically, hold on. My allergy is act I try to like record like while I'm free, right? I don't want my allergies to be acted up while I'm recording. And so they do take on the mission because she said that him says I can't abandon someone in their time of need. So had I denied this quest right there, what hell they would be for nothing. And so they go on this quest and they come across a lady that's like came across this village, where everyone was dead. I want to do a prayer. They're about to do a prayer, and Frieren like, yeah, no, I know you lying. You're the sword demon. You killed all these people right there. And it was a nice teamwork effort. Like, Stark was the front line, pretty much saving Fern because with Fern, she was getting ready, do a range attack, but the sword demon was too fast. But Stark was able to save her in time. So I like the teamwork they did. And when Frieren did her shit, sunned that monster right there. You know what I'm saying? And so yeah, I thought that was a pretty good teamwork fight. It wasn't. The demon didn't stand a chance. They didn't stand a chance. But that demon sword, the reason why it's tried to is the demons want that and they want to show off their prize. But you would say that okay, if it's theirs, why not give it to them? But a sword like that in the wrong hands can be a dangerous thing to spare. Is if it's kept with us. Like I said, demons will use humans' desires against them, and that's definitely our flaw right there too. Is like. We have our desire right there, and demons see what's get away from that. But oh shoot, that's ring this point. Okay, betcha, we got you right there. So yeah, we just gotta be careful with that. And so next part of this episode, no, next part of the episode, next episode, we have our travelers once again. They will go for a hot spring. Come across this village, the hot springs all drained up. Well, there's has to be a secret hot spring behind the mountains, behind the mountains and everything. And so Frieren's like, it's not really much. It's really wasn't for time, but Stark said, you know what? This actually sounds familiar right there. Let's go ahead and check it out. And so before they do, they come across this 300 lizard that they have to. Oh wait, hold on, guys, hold on. Well, you gotta stop this real fast. Sorry, y'all. My TV was getting ready to turn off, and I needed TV on because I have one of my lights on. So if the TV turns off, the part of the lighting comes off. So I need to light it. So yeah, sorry about that, but no. They defeated the three-headed snake, and so they get to the spring, but it's basically a foot a foot spring. It's not really a big hot spring; it's a small hot spring. But since it's only 4 feet, we can all enjoy it. And so this reflects back to the time when Eisen and Frieren and Himmel and Aitor all went on that same quest on that same mission when they went to the same hot spring. And I just it was a waste of time. It was a waste of adventure. But I will not trade away my memories, sitting there with the guys, looking at that amazing view. Yeah, was the journey done? But that moment right there when we got there, it was a great memory. Like I said, I will not trade those memories for anything in the world. Once again, I feel as though Frieren, it definitely teaches a lesson. It feels this anime gives me a lesson almost in every episode. Like I said, cherish these moments. Like I said, was it a poet's adventure? Yeah, but just being there, enjoying the view with my guys right there, with my friends, it was just great. It was really, really good to see. It's damn. Once again, Frieren's teaching me a valuable lesson right there. Value the time with your friends. Value these memories right there. Like I said, I understand the journey wasn't all that great, was pointless, but when we got there, it's damn, you know what? Look at this amazing view right there. We're just chilling, relaxing. It was great. It was great. And so it was a touching moment, honestly. And then so the next part of the episode, they're in another town, and the basically main point is Fern said to Stark, I'm gonna have nothing to do the next day. Pay attention, I'm gonna have nothing to do. Stark was like, alright, you wanna go on a date with me? Fern drops her book, doesn't say anything, he's like, okay, see you tomorrow. And so Stark asks Frieren, what do I do? And Fern's like, do you know who you're talking to right now? He asks me for advice. But I've been there for I've been around the block for a very long time. I can tell how girls act. He's like, really? And so she's like, yeah, I'm basically being like your mom. And it's like, then Stark's like, basically like my grandma asking me for advice. And she's like, oh, that's one more strike, and I'll throw a tantrum. That when him did that to me, I was crying 3 days straight. I gotta say, man, Frieren has to be one of the most adorable characters I've ever seen in my life. Like, even when she's crying, like, yeah, she's technically a very, up there woman, but like, she acts childish sometimes, and it's so adorable. Her crying right there was one of the funniest things ever. Like, it was great. But straight tell her, tell her what she likes to eat. Tell her what items she likes to shop at. Make sure you pay attention to what she basically tell her, pay attention to what she likes. Pay attention to what she likes. And what's funny is that when Fern kind of asked her the same thing, she was like, Fern, when a boy and a girl go on like on an adventure or whatever, and just spend time with each other, it's a date. At least that's what my master said. But what's funny is that, well, not funny, but what is that Stark said, "Dang, you know so much about her. That's what's up." He's like, "No, that's Hyther. Hyther told me all about that stuff. I'm nothing special." But Stark said, "You remember all of this right there. So you've been a good parent to her. You've been a good parent to her, to Fern. So yeah, you've done a great job." And so next episode we're gonna see how this date goes. But yes, a pretty quick video for me, honestly. Like I said, this latest episode was funny at that last part of the episode. Trying to figure what is Stark gonna do on this date with Fern. But like I said, that trip to the hot springs meant a lot. Like I said, we're cherishing these moments right there, and as everybody should. So once again, Frieren always teaches a valuable lesson, honestly. So yeah, guys, like I said, quick video with this right there. So yeah. As always, let me know what you guys think. Comment below. Subscribe to our Nuggets family. Be sure to follow my social media accounts in the description box below. And always remember what Jacob said, everybody. There is no such thing as life better years. Okay, everybody. Take care.